3 wins in a row for Everton. A really good week, beating Chelsea, beating Leicester, beating Arsenal into the top 4. I think we should start in the blue corner, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I think former Everton captain,
Nice.
Everton fan, yes.
Should we just take a moment, Chris? Shall we just look at that? Leicester, Chelsea and Arsenal.
Donald, we shall.
You shall.
Nil satis nisi optimum.
Oh, very good.
We are back.
Tell everybody what that means.
Nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best.
Very good. And that's on the badge, is it?
Yes.
It's
on the crest.
it's a great motto. And interestingly, first anniversary for both managers, Nil Satis and Easy Optimum. Let's start with Everton and Carlo Ancelotti. And you have to say, the fact they're in the top 4, top 6, and he was talking about what he was saying there, that they didn't play as well as Arsenal second half, but they got the win. There's a bit of nous about them now.
Yeah, I think that they've toughened up a little bit, and that comes from the coaching staff. Without Luca Dean, one of the best fullbacks in the country, without Seamus Coleman, without James, so arguably without 3 first-team players, Alan, they're playing some good football. A couple of months back, or a couple of weeks back, they were lacking a little bit of form, a little bit of confidence. Everyone was looking at Everton being a strong 11, but apart from that, maybe he's a little bit weak. Yeah,
because when Richarlison got suspended after the Merseyside derby, they did drop off.
People like Tom Davies has come in for Alan, and defenders are defending well, and I think that's what Carlo's done. He's worked hard on the training ground. He's got good men around him. He's got a good squad, and they're all willing to work hard. They just rolled their sleeves up.
They look like their departments are just working well. The defenders are just sticking to what they do, and they're not trying anything too fancy. And
we've got 4 centre-backs at the back there.
Absolutely. So therefore, they're defending well. Midfield looks good. We're missing a few superstars, but going forward, they look great. They're picking the right passes. DCL's flying at the moment.
Absolutely. Happy days. Just wish you could get in.
Well, I think there was 2,000 in there at weekend, and they made a heck of a racket. And you could tell with the players. Don, I mean, you've played at Goodison. You know what it's like to have the fans in there and what it means to the players.
No, it is an amazing place to play your football. The Gladys Street end, when it's rocking behind the goal to your left-hand side when you come out the tunnel, they are incredible fans. And like everyone can say, we want fans back and they'll come back. But with the 2,000 inside Goodison, at the Gladys Street end, they do make some noise. Yeah. They're top fans. It
is one, and this is just for everybody watching. They won't know this because they wouldn't have been behind the scenes at Goodison and at Highbury as well. The old stadiums, the tunnel is tiny at Goodison, absolutely tiny. Yeah,
so barely room enough for 2 teams.
Yeah, Don and I couldn't stand side by side in there. You have to sort of go staggered.
And you can elbow Dion on the way through.
You have a little bit of that's where there's a lot of physicality in that tunnel because you have to go slightly down. And then there's a few steps up, isn't there? Is that right?
Yeah. Well, you come out the home dressing room.
That's right. You have to walk past our dressing room.
You've got to walk past the away dressing room, and it's a really long, skinny tunnel until you actually get to the tunnel. Then you turn left.
That's right.
Then it goes tighter.
Yes.
And then you've got 2 or 3 steps up.
Oh, imagine what that was like at half-time when it was all kicking off.
Yeah, but nudges and stuff.
Going out to the theme tune, and, you've got Vieira there and Dion there and Roy Keane there and lots of stuff going on in the tunnel.
Brilliant.
Oh,
amazing.
Refs made a run for it.
Yeah. Refs out front. Out the way, staying out the way. Stop it, lads.
Brilliant. Oh, well, it's a great story for Everton, so we'll keep an eye on them. And, of course, Mikel Arteta used to play for Everton. Apparently, after the game, was a really nice... He was walking around the pitch and he saw the groundsman and he went over and had a chat with the ground staff, because obviously he played there for 5 years. That was really nice. Right. When he's quite big on Arsenal had this many stats and this many chances and this many crosses. Sometimes you just need to watch with your eyes, don't you? Yeah. And it's just not flowing at all.
No, I see as a football lover, not an Arsenal fan or an Everton fan, all I see from Arsenal is a lack of player application from Arsenal's point of view.
Actual application?
That's what I see. I see lack of sweat. I see lack of energy. I see lack of wanting to hurt yourself to win a game of football. I don't see enough energy going into a football match in Arsenal players, in Arsenal shirts. I just don't see enough.
Do you see... I asked Darren Bent on Saturday night with us here. Do you think they're playing for him?
I do.
You do?
I do. I do think the players are playing for him. And Dion's right. I don't see enough in this Arsenal squad that are willing to get hurt to take a 0-0 draw. I think when Arsenal win, whenever that may be, you'll see them play well, you'll see them score some fancy goals, but they're too soft and they're too easy to play against. When you are standing in that tunnel, and you're an Everton player, and you see the Arsenal players and you recognise that they're good players, I bet the body language, and we've all been there. This is not just an Arsenal thing. We've all been there. I've been there myself when you can't win a game at seven or eight, and you're playing against a good side, and all of a sudden, like you're a little bit inferior. But at some point, it's got to turn around. It turns around in two ways. It turns around a manager working his players on the training ground, spending time on the training ground, drilling players on the training ground like Willian, like Lacazette, like Aubameyang, like Pepe, the flair players. It's drilling them what they're going to do defensively. Are you going to win a header? Are you going to put your head in on the 6-yard box when boots are flying? I don't think that's in Arsenal's makeup. And that's
you don't think they look overly managed? There's been another suggestion that they're so micromanaged that there's no instinctiveness about the way they play. I'm talking about going forward now.
Yeah, that's where you need your seniors to say to the boss, listen, we know exactly what you want, Gaffer, but there has to be an element of letting us just do what we do naturally. Yeah. And I don't think they have any characters in their side that say, listen, yeah, no problem at all, boss, whatever you say, but just leave us to do what we've got to do in the final third. I don't think anybody's saying that. And we just said it now watching the VT, handball, and it's half-hearted, and pass it to me, and there's no real...
I bet you there's never any questions asked in the Arsenal dressing room. So this morning when they rock up and they're all getting changed, I bet there's no general chat of what's going wrong.
About the game, yeah.
What can we do?
Yeah.
Are you doing enough? Before you ask that question, am I doing enough? Never ask the question. Always look at yourself first. I don't get the sense that if some of the big players like Lacazette and like Aubameyang, and it's not just them two, it's just them two because I think they're the sort of talisman. No one's asking them questions. And the youngsters then are trying to come into the side. They're trying to find their way in life, find their way into the team. So they're looking after themselves, but they need guidance from the experienced players.
So this is a genuinely serious question.
It's a big hole.
Are they in a relegation battle?
You'd have to say yeah, but...
Are we on air?
Well, yes and no. I mean, they are because they're there for a reason, and I can't see them winning soon.
Yeah.
But they're too big to go down.
No one's too big to down. No one's too big to go down.
Newcastle went down.
Nottingham Forest went down under Brian Clough. West Ham went down under Don Hutchison.
Villa have gone down.
Is anyone suggesting here that Arsenal can go down?
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
They can go down.
Why?
Okay, hold it a minute.
Well,
okay.
where are they going to win a game at this rate?
But they will win some games.
Here we go then. On Arsenal's...
So give me your bottom three now.
No, hold it.
Put Arsenal in it.
On Arsenal's current form, right?
Yeah. Current form.
Yeah, current form.
Bang in trouble.
They have to be... That's why I'm betting
bang
on
in
that.
trouble.
They have to be in trouble.
Bang in trouble.
And I can't see how they can turn it round. I think they're bang in trouble.
Yeah.
I think it's unlikely they'll go down, but they can.
Yeah,
give me a percentage.
What will happen, of course, is that we must go to the break, but what will happen, of course, is if it carries on like this, do the board go, we really believe in this manager, and how many times have we heard this? But we can't afford to go down, so we have to change the manager. We've heard that a million times about teams in the bottom.
No, Pooch is right. They probably won't, but they have to
desperate?
talk about them.
Is it that desperate? Just Chelsea next?
Just Chelsea
Look,
next year.
then Brighton. Look, there's fixtures there. Get rid of Chelsea.
Brighton is a relegation six-pointer.
And West Brom.
West Brom is a relegation six-pointer. And Palace and Newcastle.
You've got 12 pointers all over the place after Chelsea.
It's always an amazing story when one of the big six is having a terrible time. Did you want to ask a question?
Do you not mind?
No, not at all.
How would you change it?
Personnel, unfortunately.
Hard work.
So a big window in January?
Well, I'm not just saying just bring everybody in and get rid of everybody. I'm not saying that. There has to be an attitude change.
Yeah.
There has to be a responsibility change, accountable for your actions. There has to be leaders that actually take charge. And it's not all down to Arteta. It's not all his fault. It can't be. The players have to look in the mirror. This is what we would do. We would say, right, Gaffer, go away. Coaches, go away. No, thank you. And we'd have a meeting, and the players would go into a restaurant, and we'd sit down, and we'd have a beer, and we'd say,
all the doors
right,
shut.
and nobody would be else,
allowed in.
and we would say, right, listen, lad, this is bang out of order. We have been rubbish. But nobody's brave enough to do that. Nobody's brave enough to do that.
And I wonder whether the modern-day football is as prepared to do that as you guys were, which is a compliment to you, you know, that prepared to do that. OK, time for a break. When we return...